Welcome everyone to Canada of Indian Racing League Division 2. Joining me in the box again is Chips.
Hello everyone. So
So,
it seems to
Chips,
be a dry lap around here.
it does seem to be right now, but I think we're still stuck in it's still session is yet to start, so I don't know if it changes after that. But we've been together for the last two races or three races, and they have been action packed. What do you think is going to
Yes.
happen tonight?
Yeah, I think today's going to be no different. We're going to see a very closely fought battle. I think Canada tends to put up some really close qualifying margins, so we are not going to have like a very big deficit between P1 and P2. I feel, although some people in this division as well are very skilled, like Ahif, for example, Ahif and Oxidize, both were really, I think, almost a league apart in Monza. So we could possibly see them do the same here.
That is
What do you
true.
think?
I mean, though, like you said, the margins are very less in Canada. It's the one who braves it out the most because, as we know it, certain turns really demand the maximum out of the car, where you really need to throw it around, and I feel like fortune is going to favor the bravest here right now.
Absolutely. So I think we have Ashok Anand out in the mediums. So I think if they're coming out in the mediums, it certainly means at least the start is dry. Oh, Ashok hits the wall.
Okay, and a part of
That's
his wing is already off, so I don't think he would have wanted that on his outlap.
not an ideal start, and he
I
is
mean,
having a
nobody would want
slowdown.
that ever, not only on the outlap or in lap or hot lap, but
Yeah,
yeah.
for the back. We have cars filing out of the pit lane slowly. So we have Captain Sandhu, and I believe it is. It's not showing up for me. We have both McLaren, so Captain Sandhu and Ace are out on track. Sandhu is ahead on track. So I don't think slipstream is that essential over here, but if you play the tactics properly with your teammate down the back straight, it's really helpful. Although I don't know how they're gonna go about their laps. What do you think? Do you think somebody's gonna try to go for slipstream?
I feel like they will, but like you said, I don't know how useful it will be because, as we know, taking the last the last chicane rather, which is turn
13 and
13
14.
and 14, is very tricky by itself. So I don't know if anyone would want any sort of distraction going into that turn. Because I mean, genuinely, if you ask me, I wouldn't want anyone to be in front of me or around me going into that turn because I need 100% concentration there.
Yes, that is quite sensible. So I think as we see Captain Sandhu start his lap, he goes a bit deep into turn one, and the entry was a bit compromised, and he loses the rear end, but he still kept it going. Uh, Turn 3 and 4, oh, he's a bit nervous as he turns in. Turn 5 is flat out, no doubt about that. And it's a 19.7 for Sector 1, which I think certainly can be improved on. What do you think?
Oh, and he has a moment.
Oh,
Yeah, he's broken his wing. Going on
he's.
board with Sid Kulkarni is also on a fast lap now.
Yeah.
He's one to watch out for.
Yeah, P2 last weekend in Monza, he did quite well. And so let's see if we can do. There's a bit of a bunch behind him, so let's see. It's a small train. Oh,
Oh,
he
close to the wall. I think
on
he
the
clipped that wall.
grass. Yeah, I don't think he has damage though, or if he does, it's very minimal. It shouldn't really affect his lap, but he goes a bit deep, and I think that affected his lap. Maybe he has a bit of end plate damage, but nonetheless, he is still carrying on. DRS wide open down the back straight. We have a yellow flag, I believe, an Alfa Romeo spun, but as we see Sid Kulkarni finish his lap, turn 13 and 14, not that close to Wall of Champions, but yeah. He comes up to the line and it's a 1 minute 10.7, so it's a decent banker, although we should certainly be seeing that, we should be seeing some fast times soon. Sim Racing Simp is finishing his lap on the mediums, but I believe we have a big gaggle of cars coming. Ace with a 111.5. I think it's an Aston Martin. No, that's starting his lap. Sim Racing is about to finish his lap.
This looks like a
And
good lap from him.
on the mediums, he's gonna go 10.1 minute 10.2. So that's 5 tenths faster than Sid Kulkarni, and he's on the medium tires. So that's a good effort by Sim Racing Sim. What do you think?
Yep, it definitely is. I feel like we are going to get a time of 109, maybe a low 109s, 109.2, 109.3 as a pole lap. What do you feel?
I see. We could see the 109s being breached, but I think it's like more of a 109.5, 109.3. I'm gonna go optimistic and say somebody's gonna be like really close to the gap between 109 and 108. I believe
Okay.
that people have the pace. Maybe that's too optimistic, but nonetheless, Vintage has invalidated his lap. What's he gonna do? Actually, never mind. Ashok is back out on track, but
Meanwhile, it does look like Vintage is was holding up Hershey, and I don't know what's happened there. I think he has impeded his lap. I'm not really sure, but yeah.
yeah, Sid Venkatesh has just gone P1 on the software with a 110. Never mind, Sim Racing
Meanwhile,
is
Sim
beating that
Racing, correct.
very soon, very fast with a 110.0. So we are already very close to getting into the 109s, which is. But Sid Venkatesh is going faster. I believe that the tires can hold on for 2 push laps over here.
Yep, they
It's not a
can.
very long lap. So I think we're gonna see people doing multiple hot laps. It makes sense. Ashok Anand, I believe, is starting his lap. What do you think would be a better tire to start on?
Honestly speaking, if someone can breach the 109s, maybe a high 109.8 or 109.7 on a medium, I think that would be the tire to start on. Otherwise, of course, the soft tires.
Yeah, certainly. Alright, so you're seeing Sid Venkatesh finishing his lap through the final 2 corners, taking a lot of curve and pushing it to the limit. I think this could be a very good lap, and he goes 109.8, so that's a fantastic lap. He is about 2 tenths clear of Sim Racing Sim. Sim Racing has gone into the pits, so it's a 2 tenth gap at the top, but they're both on different compounds. So
Yeah, I expect Sim Racing Sim to improve by at least a minimum of half a second there if he goes onto the softer compound.
What has happened to Smith Shah? He is out. He crashed out of turn 2. I think he put the power down a bit too early. But nonetheless, it's unfortunate. He's currently P9, but I think he'll be bumped down really, really fast. So I think we have Wicked Vicky's out on a lap. We're not really seeing many people coming out on the mediums. We've just seen Sim Racing and Ashok Anand and Vintage, but all of them have gone into the pits. So I don't think the medium is a preferred tire for these people. Do you think they're all gonna go on softs? Track position is slightly vital over here.
That is true. So yeah, probably. As we see most of them coming out, I feel like most of the drivers can really improve their times now. Meanwhile, we have the Ferrari of Ahif coming out on his outlap, so he'll be one to watch out for.
Yeah, and Captain Sandhu is on a fast lap. He's just ahead of Ahif on track, and he was on for a decent lap until he had that moment there when he crashed and broke his front wing. But he goes a bit deep on the grass, but I think he avoided front wing damage there. So ending sector 2, it's a 42.4. He goes a bit hot into the hairpin. He is still carrying on with his lap nonetheless. Down the back straight, DRS wide open, and he is staying to the center of the track, which is not really usual, but yeah. Final 2 corners, and he's kept it clean, not too close to the wall of champions, and I believe it's going to be 111.
Yep,
Yeah,
not a very representative
0.
time there, but he puts in P6 for now. Shows that a lot of people haven't put in the time. Meanwhile, Smith had retired. I'm not sure if he crashed out somewhere.
Yeah, he crashed out at the exit of turn 2. So, I think
going on board with Ahif now. Can you take us away, Chips?
Yeah, just switch to Ahif. Yeah, so Ahif is coming through the Sebastian Vettel turn, as was made very famous in 2019. And now through turn 5, ending sector 1, he has a 19.3, which is a very good time. He takes turn 6 and 7 well.
I
DRS
believe,
opened.
if I'm not wrong, Chips, the following corners was the Sebastian Vettel corner.
Yeah, no. It was the early corner as well, the one where he switched to him. Uh, and yeah, he's coming up to the hairpin. He seems to be on for a decent lap. He lagged a bit for me, I think, when he was going through turns 8 and 9. It's a smooth entry through turn 10, a bit deep, but nonetheless he can make up time in the final two corners. So DRS wide open down the back straight. He is choosing to.
Dal
We
Makhni
have
is retired from the session,
Dal
probably
Makhani
crashed out.
unfortunate. Yeah. Last two corners, he takes a bit of curb and he is cleanly through. This could be a very good lap. And
It's a
Ahif goes P1
1095.
the 195. So he already halfway to 108s. So that's a very good lap. He is almost 3 tenths clear of Sid Venkatesh. So what did you think of that lap?
It was quite a good lap, but I do feel he has some more
Sim
time
Racing.
left.
Look at Sim Racing. He goes
Oh,
P1
wow.
with a 193. Yeah, I just caught him as he was coming out the final corner. So
It is a Mercedes versus Ferrari again at Canada. Where have we seen that before?
wow, that is quite close at the top. It's like just 2 tenths. The rest of the field is a bit further back, but I think Sid Venkatesh, Sid Kulkarni could pose a bit of a threat. We haven't seen Thakurva out on track yet. Thakurva, what's happened? Oh yeah, he's just posted a lap. As I said that, he's gone P5 with a 1:10.3. So that's almost a second of Sim Racing's provisional pole time. What do you think? Can anyone beat it, or is it insurmountable?
If anyone can beat it, it is the Ferrari of Ahif, is what I feel.
Yeah, certainly. Ahif.
He just improved by a bit, and not to change position, but yeah.
He doesn't get out of the 110.5s as well, so maybe it's best to go in and put on a new set of softs.
Yep. Meanwhile, Thakurva is closing sector 2. He is up on his time, so he's probably going to. And Sim Racing goes even faster with a 109.2.
So, and I think it goes to show these people are doing continuous laps, so you can really push the tires, and they will still give you the same performance. So
that is true.
It is good. Oxidized on the grass. Ace has retired from the
session.
And
it looks like Thakurva had some contact with the wall of champions there, but he puts in a 109.9 nonetheless.
Yeah, but that's invalidated. His lap was invalidated.
Oh, okay.
He couldn't get it through. We have Oxidized who's made a mistake, I believe. They all have time for just one more lap, I think. The yellow flag indicator is blocking my view. But yeah, we have about 5 minutes left in the session, so it's a straight battle between Sim Racing and Ahif, with Sim Racing having the advantage currently. So, what do you think? Can Ahif?
Yep, and both of them are behind each other. I mean, Ahif is right behind Sim Racing on track as well.
And Sim Racing's diving into the pits.
So should Ahif be, yes.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be a straight battle. Can Ahif gain 3 tenths on Sim Racing, or can Sim Racing hold on? Possibly gain some more time. It's going to be a very close battle. Sid Venkatesh out on track in the Haas. He's also one to look out. We have not really mentioned him. He's a bit further back. These people are gaining time on successive hot laps. So, do you think that we're going to see somebody come out for just one lap, or we're going to see people do continuous laps? What do you think?
I think continuous laps is the way to go. So hopefully they'll have enough time to do 2 laps. Meanwhile, Captain Sandhu does a 1:10.4, puts him P7.
Yeah, and I believe Ashok Anand is also about to finish his lap. And just behind him is going to be Sid Venkatesh, who who might come out in some traffic, I believe. He needs to...
Ashok Anand takes the last chicken very slowly and very calmly.
And yeah, Sid Venkatesh just starting his lap.
P16 with that lap. Let's go on board with Sid.
He was a bit, that's too wide into turn 2. He would have lost a bit of time there, but nonetheless he still has the entire lap to gain back the lost time. Turn 3, smooth. Turn 4 is smooth, not getting too close to the wall. Well done. Oh, that's too close at turn 5, but he's a bit down on his time. He's 1.5 tenths down. And
Yeah,
he
but
was
he will be
in
wanting
class.
to really get rid of that extra lap of fuel on this lap and go pushing on the next lap, like how almost
Yeah,
all
I
drivers are
think
going.
at this point he's just hoping that Ashok ahead of him gives him a nice toe down the back straight. So let's see what's going to happen. Ashok.
Goes a
That's not
little
really going
deep.
to help Sid's cause, but I think, yeah, he's backed off. It's sensible to back off at this point
Yep.
because not really going to lose much. We have Sid Kulkarni starting his lap. I think we're going to have a lot of people starting their lap, so we're going to lose track of people now. So Sid Kulkarni starting his lap. And turn 1 is good. Turn 2, he sticks to the inside. Goes a bit wide, but that's alright. And through turn 3 and 4. He comes. He's invalidated his lap.
On board with Sid, he
Sid
takes turn
Venkatesh.
1 much better this time. A little wide on the exit, but that's fine.
Yes, Sid Venkatesh. Turn 3. Turn 4,
Oh, and he's invalidated his lap. Oh no.
Thakur was starting his lap. Are we gonna see multiple people invalidate their times? We have 2 minutes, so they are gonna be wanting to do another lap. Thakur is approaching turn 3. Carries a lot of speed. He manages
Oh, and he hits
he's
the
hit
wall.
That is, I believe, more unfortunate than anything else. He's still gone faster, but does he have damage? There's a lot of understeer there. I believe he does have damage.
Or that also might be the lag which made it feel like he hit the wall.
Possibly, yeah, possibly because
But
he is
nah,
still
he is
carrying on
very
his lap.
slow. I think that
He,
he does have damage, I
he's
believe.
invalidated, yeah. Ahif is behind him and started his lap. Thakur was Ferrari teammate. Manan's retired from the session. Ahif is lagging as well. But we have Manan sideways out of turn 9. That's not very helpful for any driver. But Ahif is up by 3, almost 3.5 tenths. And wow, that is cause for concern for sim racing, who is also out on his lap. But Ahif could displace sim racing provided he gets a decent run out of the last corner. So he's approaching turn 13 and 14, and
Gets a good run.
Carried a lot of speed, and I believe this could be the lap that gets him P1. And he
And a
goes
109.1. Meanwhile, let's see what Sim Racing is up to at the back. I don't think he is. Is he gaining?
not
We'll know
really
at the
on a
end of
particularly
sector
quick
2.
lap. What's he up to? He has to get to the line in time.
He
He
gets
really
out
has
of
to
the way
speed
for
it up.
Sid. Sid is on a lap. Let's see what he can do.
Sid is marginally improving, so I think at best he can guarantee a P3 for himself. But yeah, sim racing, he really needs to hurry up. He's not gonna get to the line in time, I think. Yeah,
No,
sim
I think
racing
he
not
has.
gonna get to the line in
He
time.
has enough time. He has about 45 seconds.
No, it's showing 9 seconds on screen for me. 5 seconds, and the flag is just about to drop. And Sid Venkatesh improves by a few tenths, but that's not enough to get him P2. And
Sim Racing is already on his lap, so
I think he just started his lap, so I think he was quite lucky there. Or maybe it's a glitch with Codemasters and me.
yep.
Don't really know what's happening, but yeah, sim racing through turn 3 and 4, carrying a lot of speed. He has to get it done. This is his one and only lap.
He's up by 1.5 tenths, so this does look like a poor lap, but let's see if he can keep it together.
Yeah, traffic ahead of him. Doesn't seem to be getting out of the way. No, he gets out of the way. Takes a bit of speed and gets very close to the wall at turn 9, but keeps it under
He's
control.
up by
And
just a tenth. This is gonna be really close.
it all depends on his run through the final sector. He needs to get a good run out of the last 2 turns. The World Champions Vintage Play getting out of the way there. Vintage Play is P5, so that's a decent effort by him. But yeah, Sim Racing Sim approaching turn 13. What's he gonna do? How's he gonna approach this? And attacks the apex, and this could, it's too close to call, but let's see as he on the run.
And he doesn't get pole, but he is 400s down on Ahif's time. That was very close at the end of it. So we have Ahif taking pole position at the Canadian Grand Prix, followed by Sim Racing Sim, followed by Sid Venkatesh, Oxidized Rage, Vintage Player, Sid Kulkarni, Anton Hypers, Thakurwa, Captain Sandhu, Hershey, Wicked Wiki, Manan, Ace, Kalyan, Ashok, Dal Makhani, Smith, Abhi, and Deadly Mosquito rounding up your grid.
Yeah, Deadly Mosquito and Abhi didn't set a time at all, which is odd. Or I think they missed the flag. But yeah, Thakurva I believe could have gone slightly faster. Thakurva he made contact with the wall there because he was also looking to improve by a fair bit. But yeah, nonetheless, Ahif has taken
So,
more.
update on the weather, Chips. It's going to be a wet start and then it's going to dry out.
Oh, all right. So that's gonna be cause for a good start then.
Yep.
It's gonna be really close. So yeah, Ahif taking pole by just 400ths of a second, and Sid Venkatesh in P3 is 5 tenths down on the pole man Ahif. But yeah, interesting that we have no one who decided to qualify on the mediums. But I mean that's kind of obvious because the race start is gonna be wet. You're not gonna get to start on these compounds. But yeah, I think some people we're gonna should look out for is gonna be Thakurva, probably Captain Sandhu, and I think Deadly Mosquito as well from the back of the grid. Let's see what they do.
Yep.
Yeah, that's about it. So yeah, what do you think turn one's gonna be like?
Well, we know how it goes, and yeah, we can see that it is wet now. It is intermediate though. I don't think it's completely wet.
Yeah, I think so. Even
So
it's intermediates. Yeah, I think.
let's see what happens.
Yeah, even in real life, it's raining in Canada, in Montreal specifically.
It is sunny and dry right now in Montreal. FP1 and FP2 should be dry, but they have predicted a thunderstorm for the race. So who knows? We might get a 2011 repeat.
Exactly. It was raining yesterday, so
Yeah,
I
it was
believe
an
the winds
absolute
came
river
like
in the pit lane there.
yeah, exactly like a repeat of Spa last year.
Yep.
So yeah, but anyways, turn one at Canada tends to be a place where a lot of chaos happens. It's a very tight turn one, and the field is very bunched up and very competitive. They're all wanting to get ahead of the guy in front. So
That is true, and we know that there has been a bit of archie-barchie between Ahif and Sim Racing before.
yes, certainly.
Onto the
So
formation
yeah,
lap.
as
They'll probably be
set
looking
off.
to really warm up the tires.
Yeah, they really have to. If they want a good launch, they really have to get a good warm up on their tires. So Ahif is leading the field away, and yeah, everyone else is slowly making their way through. Everyone seems to be getting away cleanly. Restart is going to be key here, but yeah, I believe they're running that on a damp track. I won't call it wet because I think the rain is going to dissipate by about lap 7 or 8. It seems like it. I had a league race here, and it tends to dry up quite fast here, the track. What do you think? When are we gonna see the drivers pit?
I feel like you're right. I think by lap 7 or 8 we should be seeing a switch over to the dry. Some may take the risk and go on.
Yeah, because it's a very short lap around here. Like lap 7 will be like just about 7.5 to 8 minutes into the lap. I think into the race. Sorry. Yeah, Ahif leading them around the hairpin. So strategy is going to be key, but more than anything, the race start is going to be essential. Sim Racing is going to look to get the advantage on Ahif. Ahif is not going to want to budge, and Sid Venkatesh is going to be looking to pick up the spoils on the two ahead.
Yep, we know that Sid Venkatesh is definitely not going to go for that gap. He's going to wait his game and wait it out patiently and seize the moment when it appears in front of him, because he knows the drivers in front of him are not going to move. They, like you said, want to go for that gap into turn one, want to lead into turn one. So it's going to be very interesting how this unfolds.
Yeah, I believe Sid is going to use his years of experience to wait it out, because he knows that more often than not there is carnage, there is contact, and that gives you an opportunity to gain places. So yeah, Ahif is he's going to start on the inside, and Sim Racing's on the outside. That's going to give him a bit of a disadvantage, but yeah, nonetheless, we have the last car approaching the grid. And yeah, that's going to be Abhi. And yeah, I believe the last car's on the grid. So we start the race, and it's going to be, where are the lights? Yeah, it's 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And it's a pause, quite a long wait, and his lights out and away we go. And Sim Racing gets a fantastic start, and he's ahead of Ahif already. But behind them, Vintage Player gets a good start, and not really sure what's happening. Ahif's lagging a bit on my screen, and Sid Venkatesh is slowly taking it. But we have a lot of Ajibaji going on in the background, and Vintage Players made up a few places. But yeah, nonetheless, Sim Racing Sim, Sector 1's not even ended, and he's 1.5 seconds up on Ahif. Wow, that's a fantastic start by Sim Racing.
Yeah, that Mercedes just blasted off the time there, and he's probably really worked those tires well, and he really made it work at the start.
Yeah, because it's not even Sector 2 and he's almost 2 seconds ahead, so Ahif's in real danger here, and Sid Venkatesh is also like not far back. Vintage Players dropped a bit further behind, but yeah, Sid Kulkarni, Oxidize and Vintage are all battling for that P4. Sid Venkatesh battling for P2, but yeah, Ahif is slowly gaining momentum again, and he's chasing after Sim Racing. So yeah, that was an eventful start, and Sim Racing seems to be in control. He just needs to not make any mistakes here. Through the final 2 corners.
Meanwhile, Dal Makhni gets past Kalyan Verma. He is lining up Manan now.
And Sim Racing ends the first lap with almost 1.7 seconds.
And Hershey is round.
And what happened there? I believe he made contact with someone. Ace is in the pits. Abhi carries on. Yeah, but Ace is in the pits, and I believe Hershey should... Oh, he's broken his wing, Hershey. So, are we going to see a safety car? There's a prolonged yellow flag. No, it's alright. So, it's very close between... I think it's P12 and P16. It's really, really close between all of them.
Oxidize was off the track there. He's dropped a lot of positions. He has a broken front wing. Oh, and he's completely lost his wing now.
And I believe he's going to let people by. But yeah, it's really close between, say, P11 from Manan or Ashok all the way down to Oxidize, who's actually now having damage. But yeah, Dal Makhni looking to make a move on Manan. This is very close, and Dal Makhni gets a decent run out of turn 9. And could he make a move down the inside?
I think he'll go for it. No, he keeps it there.
And
he doesn't go for it now.
He decides to stay back.
Meanwhile, who's this? Wicked Wiki had a spin.
He still has an entire front wing, so if it is damage, it's just end plate damage.
Meanwhile, just look at the gap Sim Racing is creating up front. He's just pulling away.
Yeah, it's 2.5, almost 2.5 seconds. So Sim Racing's in complete control. He doesn't need to take any unnecessary risks. He just needs to maintain this pace, because even if Ahif closes up, it's 2.5 seconds. It's going to take some effort to close up that gap.
It's almost up to 3 seconds now.
Flag. What's happened? Oxidize has made a mistake. Hershey gets a 5 second for speeding the pit lane, but I think Oxidize missed the pit entry because he was his car was facing the wall. Sim Racing's just pulling away. He is almost 2.9 seconds ahead. He seems
Meanwhile, Smith is right at the back. Meanwhile, Dal Makhni also got past Manan. So Manan seems to be struggling a bit here. Smith Shah right on the back as well, with Kalyan Verma following close by.
Yeah, the battle between all of them is very close. But yeah, Manan is not really enjoying himself in this condition. Smith could make a move. No, I think he's a bit too far back. Yeah, but Kalyan and Smith are both eager to get past Manan. What's gonna happen? Smith goes a bit deep, but Manan also does. It's really tentative between all of them. And down the back straight, Smith didn't really get the best run out of that corner. So Kalyan has a very good run on him. Kalyan could be looking to make a move on Smith, or does he hold back? Yeah, I believe it's sensible to hold back. And Smith through the final 2 corners. No, I think he's a bit too far back on this occasion as well.
Meanwhile, the gap in front is past 3 seconds now.
Yeah, I don't think there's much to commentate on that. So let's focus on the other battle.
Vintage is
And Smith is not taking that. Oh, he
Oh,
backs up. What
Smith
happened to
backs up.
Smith?
What happened to Smith?
I don't know. He just randomly slowed down, but I think he had a bit of a moment.
Oh,
He
I
taps the
think he
wall.
has
Smith.
broken. Yep, it does. I mean, that tap I think would have broken his wing.
Possibly, yeah. So that's absolutely not
Manan is
ideal.
going deep every corner, including Smith. But I see
Kalyan.
Smith.
Oh, Kalyan has a slight moment.
Wow, these three are just doing stuff by
He's
themselves
such a
without
pro
even touching
fragger.
each other.
Yeah, but they are not really taking the big risks, as we would say. And yeah, I think Smith has some damage. He seems to be having some understeer through the corners. So I'm not really sure what's gonna happen. But yeah, the battle between P12. This is the battle for P12. It's not even the battle for points. So this goes to show that no matter what position it is.
P12 is the battle for points, rather 1 point.
Ah, yeah, my bad, my bad. What's happened in Sector 3? We have, I believe, Abhi who's at a moment. But yeah, further up, Sim Racing's 3.3 seconds ahead of us. There's nothing stopping him. Sim Racing's on a charge, and Kalyan gets past Manan. Manan pits. Smith has to pit as well, so let me just check. I believe both have to change their front wing. Yeah, Manan changes his front wing, as does Smith.
Meanwhile,
So
Dal
that's
Makhani almost really eager to overtake Ashok Anand here.
yeah. I think he is been on a bit of a charge here. He didn't have a very good qualifying Dal Makhani, but yeah. Ashok seems to be struggling through these slow corners. Ashok has a bit of a slide there, and Dal Makhani goes down the inside, and he makes the move. Fantastic. He's now up into P10, so he's going to be chasing after Wicked Vicky, who had a bit of a spin, I believe, out the hairpin a few laps ago.
Yep.
Yeah, so we have Captain Sandhu and Thakurva who made a bit of contact there. Sandhu hit Thakurva's rear, but yeah, that's the battle for P7. It is really spread out, but yeah, there's some small battles going on up and down the field. Captain Sandhu closing up on Thakurva, and judging on how close they were, Sandhu gets a decent run. Thakurva does not get the best of exits, but I believe he has enough track position ahead of Sandhu to. Yeah, Sandhu has to hold back for now. And yeah, I don't think it's worth mentioning, but yeah, Sim Racing still pulling away. It's now 3.8 seconds, and the gap between Ahif and Sid Venkatesh is also almost 2 seconds. It keeps fluctuating by a few tenths here and there every now and then, but majorly the gap is quite big. And yeah, Captain Sandhu is looking quite feisty. He is looking to get Thakurva. I believe his setup is working slightly better in these conditions.
Yep, it does feel like he might be having a wet setup. Similarly, I think Dal Makhani also might be having the wet setup. Meanwhile, most of these guys may be banking on a dry run at the end of the race to really bolt at that moment.
Smith and Manan are also really close on track. This is the battle for P15. So let's see what they do. Manan goes a bit deep, but Smith, he has a bit of a slide there. Smith is looking in the section. They're not really making too many moves here. Actually, doesn't make sense, I think. Why to risk one's front wing in what's already a bit of a dicey situation?
That is true.
And Smith is gonna make a move down the inside. No, he is not. A Wicked Vicky fastest lap. That's a bit of a surprise. He's in P9 and Sim
He's probably finding some pace there.
Yeah, I believe Wicked Vicky, the spin really cost him a lot of time, because if he has a bit of free air, so I think that's what's letting him challenge with the fastest lap.
Meanwhile, the lead is at 4.5 seconds now. Yeah, painful for the Ferrari driver.
Yeah, exactly. Our pole sitter. And Smith gets past Manan. I don't think that was a very difficult move for Smith. He is comfortably ahead of Manan. But yeah, we have Wicked Vicky is going to catch up to Thakurva and Captain Sandhu very, very soon. So, and behind him Dal Makhani as well. Dal Makhani is making a charge up the field. So, and yeah, Captain Sandhu and Thakurva are really close on certain corners. Thakurva is also chasing down Anton Hypers. who is in a no man's land in P6. He's not really close enough to the guy ahead.
Meanwhile, what's happening at front is Sid Venkatesh is slowly reeling in Ahif now. He's really
Yeah,
gapped
he
vintage
Sid
player,
quickly
but
pits. Why did he pit? I believe, does he have damage? Wicket Vicky
not
gets a
sure.
penalty, so I believe he's extended a bit too much.
Yep, there is a wing change happening at the AlphaTauri garage, so yeah, that's not what he would
Very
have
sad
wanted.
for Sid Kulkarni. Yeah, exactly. He was running in the decently in the points as well. But yeah, we have Sid Venkatesh slowly closing up on Ahif. So our driver in P3 is looking to close up on P2. And he is closing up at quite a rapid rate. So Ahif's tires are either burnt out or he's... I don't know, he's struggling with the car now. Smith Shah fastest lap. Do you think there's a chance the track is drying up?
That might be the case, Chips, but
Because
Sid is really closing Ahif down. I don't know what's happened to Ahif there. Does
exactly,
it
I
does
think
does Ahif have damage? Maybe.
doesn't look like it, but Sid is really, really close. This is, I believe, the closest he's been in a long time. It is lap 8. This was what I expected the crossover point would be, but doesn't look like it yet. We still have like I think 2 more laps, 3 more laps. So yeah, Sid Venkatesh looks to be gonna go for it, but yeah, Dal Makhani, Oxidized Rage gets a 3-second penalty. And yeah, the battle for P6, Thakurva, Captain Sandhu, Wicket Vicky, Dal Makhani, all 4 of them are quite close. They're not like side by side or anything, but they're really, really close to one another.
Yeah, Wicket Vicky really going to be at the back of that McLaren soon now.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Dal Makhani also there. Thakura will be coming under pressure now.
DRS enabled, but the track still seems to be damp, so yeah, the crossover point is about right. Smith gets past Abhi. Oh, Abhi's in the pits. I think he's going to take a gamble here. I think the person who
Does
takes
Abhi
the
go
gamble
on to the
earliest-
softs? Yeah, I do see the softs coming up.
Yeah,
It's a soft
so
tires for
Abhi's
the
in
Alpine.
softs,
It's soft
and
tires also for Manan, I believe.
Manan.
Yes, it is.
It is. It makes no sense. Yeah, Ace and Oxidize, I believe, are also going to pit. There's no point staying out for.
Let's
any
see
longer, but
how Abhi can take. Let's go on board with Abhi and see how he takes this outlap of his.
yeah, he's going to have to be a bit cautious here. The track doesn't seem to be as dry yet, but yeah. And Sim Racing stays out. What does Ahif do? Does he go for the split strategy? Ahif does decide to dive into the pits, and Sid Venkatesh does as well. So Sim Racing does have a bit of a gap, but is that gonna come back and because he's decided to stay out that extra lap? Most of the field is deciding to pit. Captain Sandhu, Thakurva, Wicket Vicky, Dal Makhani, everyone's pitting. Ashok Anand and Ahif's on the mediums. They are all deciding to go for the
Sid
medium
also on the
tires. It's a
medium.
bit odd.
Vintage also on the mediums.
So
Yeah, it
Dal
does look
Makhani
like
on the
everyone
odds.
is going to come out on the mediums here.
So Dal Makhani has gone for a very aggressive strategy. He's
Oh,
been
and
in a
Sid
very
Venkatesh has spun, and that is not what he would have wanted.
Oh no. Does he have damage?
Doesn't
I
look
think
like it, but that's definitely not what he wanted,
That
man.
is
Wow.
very unfortunate. And yeah. Oh,
Anton has
retired.
oh,
Yeah, the track isn't really ready, I think, for dries yet. So going out on the mediums, not even the softs, is a bit of a risk.
and it
So
is a
it's
safety car, and this is just played into the hands of Sim Racing here.
Yeah, I think
Who's
Sim Racing
rounding?
is well in control of this race. He decided not to pit, and Kalyan as well. Kalyan decided not to pit. So I think he's going to gain a few places. But yeah, that is some chaos over there. Sid Venkatesh spinning right as he exits the pits, and Anton Hypers. I don't really know where he's crashed. I believe he crashed just before turn 5. So yeah, Sim Racing does decide to pit, and he goes on to the mediums. I think at this point it's sensible on the mediums. What do you think?
Yeah, it is. But is Ahif not following the delta too much? Is he keeping too much of a gap? Because Sim Racing is quite comfortably ahead. I feel like he's left too much of a gap for himself.
Yeah, the delta is a bit of a. I think that's the timing tower messing up with us. Yeah, the gap is closing down the second each lap. Kalyan.
No, but Sim is already with the safety car, and they were about 4 seconds apart. This isn't like 4 seconds, so I'm sure that Ahif kept too much of a gap.
Yeah, possibly, but I don't think he's gonna lose anything. Is there a car between him and
No,
Sim
there's no
Racing?
car, but he could have jumped Sim if he had really stuck to that delta and pushed there.
I don't think so. I think he was far enough behind. And the track wasn't really ready for the mediums yet, because as we saw with Sid Venkatesh, uh, they had to feather the throttle there, and they had to really like go very cautious on their outlap. So sim racing has, it's all playing out for him. He just needs to get a good restart, and he's going to be on his merry way. Manan pits again. Avi pits again. So the entire field, apart from Dal Makhani, is on the medium tires, and Dal Makhani is on the hard tires. So that is a bit of a split strategy there. So what do you think? Is it going to pay off for Dal Makhani on the hard tires?
We never know what's going to happen, but the hards are not going to switch on right away in these conditions, that's for sure.
Exactly. He's gonna have to work the tires really hard, and the tire's not really gonna provide him with grip. There's gonna be tire life for sure, but tire grip not so much. And yeah, Sid Venkatesh just ahead of Dal Makhani there. Sid Venkatesh on the mediums. He has the pace. He had the pace during the final stages of the intermediate tire running as well. So I think he's gonna be one who's gonna be looking to charge up the field. Yeah, let's just take a look at the penalties. So, Captain Sandhu, Wicked Vicky, Ashok Anand, and Oxidize all have a 3-second penalty, while Hershey has a 5-second penalty. I believe that was for speeding in the pit lane. Not really sure, but yeah, nonetheless, this is the running order as of now. Sim Racing's advantage has been absolutely nullified thanks to the safety car, and we have just one DNF as of now, which is Anton Hypers. So, what do you think? What's going to be the what are they going to do from here on?
Well, I feel Ahif has got a second chance now to prove himself here, but I have no idea. I absolutely have no idea because I didn't expect sim racing to have such a delta on race pace.
Yeah, he is quite comprehensively clear of the rest of the field. What's important here is going to be whether we're going to get another safety car or not, because the thing is, at Canada, tire wear is really minimal. You can take tires, you can stretch out your stint by quite a bit. So I think if there's not going to be a safety car, then we're not going to see any more pit stops from at least the top few drivers. Yeah, it's just follow the leader for now, and drivers are taking it slowly. Thakurva, Ashok Anand, there's a bit of a gap between them and the field. But yeah, that's Ashok has just overtaken Thakurva under safety car. On my screen, at least, I don't know what's going on. Is Ashok on AI? But yeah, Ashok, not really sure there. Did you catch that?
Yep, I mean I didn't catch it on the stream, but he is ahead of Thakur. I don't know what happened exactly there.
I don't really understand. On
Meanwhile,
the
safety car should be in this lap, I guess, because the field has
left
bunched
the
up.
session.
Oh no!
has left the session. I shall invite him very fast. But that is very unfortunate. He's going to want to warm up his tires, which he's not going to be able to do. So, yeah, sent Ahif an invite. I hope he joins back soon. Because I think the safety guy is going to be in this lap. It's going to be crucial that he rejoins fast. Vintage player in P3 is also not one to be... He cannot be ignored either. Safety cars in this lap, so sim racing is going to have a bit of an advantage until Ahif joins back. So yeah, he needs to have a good restart here in order to maintain his P1.
He may not want to back the pack up a lot because he knows IF is disconnected. So he might want to jolt early so that, you know, he gets a run on IF before he can rejoin the session.
Yeah, and the rest of the field cannot overtake IF until they cross the start-finish line. So that's gonna play into Sim Racing's hands, but I don't really think he's gonna do that. He is
Safety car is
taking it
in.
slow,
Meanwhile, it should be green flag any moment now.
and Sim Racing is taking it slow.
And I
And
think
last
he
two
has
corners,
gone now.
and
He has gone.
he has bounced. And Vintage player is
Captain
quite far back.
Sandhu.
Look at Captain Sandhu, yeah, and he is fallen into Vintage slipstream, but yeah, it seems to be all clean. And there's quite a big gap between everyone. I don't really know what's happened here, but yeah. Oh, I think Switch and Deadly Mosquito were really close, but yeah, and Vintage gets past Ahif. So there's not really a lot of battles going on. We have a battle for P13. It's between Hershey, Ace and Deadly Mosquito, but yeah, Sim Racing, he's 1.6 seconds ahead. Let's see what they can build on it. And Hershey and Ace are making a bit of contact there, right at the back. But yeah, it's been quite a clean restart. We haven't really seen too much drama. I think the field was bunched out.
Yeah, it did feel like the field got bunched out,
Hershey
but
is making a move around the outside of Ace. He forces. Oh, they make a bit of contact. Does Hershey have damage? At the hairpin there, they made some contact, and Hershey's front end looks intact, but I think we'll come to know what has happened to his car as it crosses the line. Sim Racing says the fastest lap on the mediums, but yeah, Hershey does not have damage. Hershey is gonna make a move, I think, down the inside of Ace here, and I think he's run out of battery, but they're really close, and Hershey sends it down the inside. Abhi as well falling, and he doesn't really manage to get past Ace there, but that was a very good move. What's happened in Sector 1? I believe it's Oxidize who's spun. Yeah, that's really unfortunate for Oxidize. Manan gets a 3-second penalty for cutting the corner. And yeah, Ahif is falling down the order, and that's understandable. He is on AI. So, not a lot is happening. Should I just send Ahif another invite?
yeah, maybe you should.
I think I'll just do that. And yeah, okay, so Abhi is right on the back of Ace. Smith and Kalyan are battling. Smith got past Kalyan. I believe Kalyan went a bit deep into that corner. And it is unfortunate, but yeah, Ahif is now in P10. He is soon going to be overtaken by, I think the entire field is going to overtake him. I'm not really sure what's happening to him. Kalyan gets a penalty. And Smith
Meanwhile, Sid Venkatesh is catching up to Wicket Wiki and Captain Sandhu Vintage as well.
Yeah, Sid Venkatesh he's gonna want to prove that he does have the pace. Yeah, up ahead Sim Racing, even in the dry conditions, as he was in the winter conditions, is pulling away. So, I don't think there's much competition for him here. We can focus on the others. Thakurva is very close to Ashok Anand. He has done that way, I think, since the restart. And DRS is enabled, so I think we're gonna see a few passes here with the help of DRS. What's happened in Sector 2? I think that was just a bit of a glitch. But yeah, Captain Sandhu right behind Vintage player. Abhi gets a 3-second penalty, but yeah, it's not easy, smooth sailing for Vintage player from here. He has to defend from Captain Sandhu, who is fast. And Captain Sandhu he's going to stay back here. And he needs to force Vintage into making a mistake. And Sim Racing pulling away.
Yeah, he's in a race of his own, so I don't think we should be even on board with him anymore.
Yeah.
He's just
Thakurva in the
there.
pits for some reason. I don't really know what's happened there. Smith and Sid Kulkarni are very close. They're side by side into turn 1. And Sid Kulkarni has to back out there. And Smith Shah is up into P8. That's a good move by him. I believe Abhi made a move on Manan. Into turn 1. Turn 1's going to be a common spot for overtaking. What's happening to Ashok? He's going a bit wide on some corners. I'm not really sure what's happening to him.
Meanwhile, look at Captain Sandhu. He's got a good run on Vintage here. Can he pull this overtake off?
He needs to. I think it's in his best interest to hold off for the back straight. He just needs to get a good exit here. So into the hairpin. He needs to get a good exit. And he's fallen a bit further back. But yeah, nonetheless, using overtake and DRS The combination is deadly. He is closing it at a very rapid rate. Is he gonna make a move? No, he decides to hold back.
Vintage parks his
That
car
was...
perfectly on that corner. Oh, and Captain
Oh,
Sandhu
Captain
almost
Sandhu
loses
has a
it.
bit of a slide.
Wicked Vicky would have seen that. His eyes will sparkle now.
I believe Wicked Vicky also made a slight mistake at the last corner, but yeah, Captain Sandhu, that was really close. Vintage player defending very well. Ace and Deadly Mosquito are battling, and Deadly Mosquito has fallen back. Manan is looking to make a move, and he does make the move. And he is up into P13, and behind them, Abhi is also looking to get in on the action, and the battle outside the points is really, really close.
Meanwhile, IF has joined the session, so hopefully he can take control of his car now.
Yeah, unfortunately for both Ferrari boys, they are in P17 and P18. IF after that disconnection, and Thakurwa, I believe, after some damage with while racing with Ashok, I believe, or was he? Not really sure, but yeah, IF has not really, he's not even in the session, I think, not yet. His AI is still driving the car on my screen. Not really sure, but yeah, Captain Sandhu, can he make the move on Vintage player? He goes a bit deep into the second last corner. Sid Kulkarni gets past Ashok Anand with the help of DRS, and yeah, DRS is the key here, getting past other people. The interval has disappeared on my screen. Smith Shah, the fastest lap with a 1:12.2. So we're about 4 seconds off our qualifying pace. We should be seeing the time stumble soon enough. Not a lot is going on.
Yeah. Kalyan slowly closing in on Ashok Anand there.
Deadly Mosquito and Abhi are battling for P14. Ace and I believe that was... I don't really know who.
Kalyan might put in a move on Ashok here because he is really gaining on him.
Yeah, possibly. Sid Kulkarni's teammate got past Ashok just a lap before with the help of DRS down the back straight.
Ashok is all over the place in that Williams.
Yeah, I don't think he's really having a good time. Maybe his setup is not right, or not really sure. But yeah, Kalyan takes
quite a lot of curb. Yeah, exactly. That was quite a lot of curb.
And yeah, I think he's a bit too far back to make the move.
There should be an easy.
Sector 3, we have Captain Sandhu. Captain Sandhu's made a big mistake, and he's fallen down to P7. So that promotes Wicked Vicky up into P3, and Smith Shah is now P6, Dal Makhni is P5, and Sid Venkatesh P4. So that is very unfortunate for Captain Sandhu. Does he have damage? Let me check on that real quick. Captain Sandhu, he seems to be driving alright. I think he has some end plate damage which is causing him a bit of a problem. But yeah, that's some chaos. What's he gonna go for? He can do. He, in theory, could do 15 laps on the soft tires. Sid Venkatesh gets past Wicked Vicky. Wow, and Wicked Vicky has no front wing. Didn't really follow that there, but yeah, Dal Makhni is passed up into P4. What happened to Wicked Vicky? He was running a comfortable P3. Is it possible that him and
Sid might have... yeah, it is possible that he and Captain Sandhu... But wasn't Captain Sandhu chasing Vintage player?
Yeah, but Wicked Vicky was closing up to him, so I think Wicked Vicky rear-ended Captain Sandhu. Possibly.
Maybe, yeah.
Let's not jump to conclusions here, but yeah, nonetheless.
Yeah, that's for the stewards to decide.
Exactly, yeah. Captain Sandhu does carry on, so I don't think he has too much damage, or if he does, it's not significant enough. Wicked Vicky decides to put on another set of the mediums, so that's...
Meanwhile, Dal Makhni on his hard tires is really chasing Sid Venkatesh down here.
Yeah, Dal Makhni is showing some fantastic pace, so we could see him challenge for a podium on those hard tires, so you never really know what would happen here. Dal Makhni, and I believe Sid got past with the help of DRS on this part of the track, which is not really a very common place to overtake. Yep. Oh, Dal Makhni has a bit of a moment there, but he does keep it under control. Abhi is very close to Ace. He could be looking to make a move.
An Oxidizer retired from the session.
Is that going to be a safety car? It is a safety car. So does Sim Racing decide to pit for soft tires? What does Vintage do in this case? And Sim Racing decides to pit.
He is going into the pits.
So it is sensible, but what's Vintage gonna do? Tire wear is not much of a factor over here, and
Vintage goes into the pits. Sid Venkatesh follows him. Dal Makhani is in as well. Smith Shah, in Captain Sandhu.
It's gonna be a bit of a problem for Smith and Sid Venkatesh. They're not really far apart. Smith is gonna have to double stack. The Red Bull pair also had to double stack.
Even the AlphaTauri has to double stack. Almost everyone has to double stack rather.
Yeah, Smith Shah having to wait for a really long time there. And Ashok Anand has stayed out. He's up into P2.
Wow.
I think he's the only one who stayed out on those old medium tires. Oxford has left the session. Very unfortunate for him. But yeah,
Thakurwa jumping a lot of places since he has only 5-lap old tires.
Exactly. Made no sense for him to pit. But yeah, those around him are... Not many have decided to go for the soft tire. It's only Vintage, Smith Shah, IF and Deadly Mosquito who have gone for the soft tire. Everyone else is on the mediums. So it's going to be interesting. Split strategies. Track position is key, but the tire compound is going to play a crucial role here. Ashok, I believe he is struggling a bit with his setup, so he could give Vintage, Sid and Dal Makhani and the others a bit of a headache. But yeah, nonetheless, Sim Racing, despite making a pit stop, is still in the lead of the race. Can anything stop him today?
Yeah, it doesn't look like. Multiple safety cars, multiple events happening, but somehow he stays there.
Yeah, so I think it's...
Meanwhile, Anton Hypers has left the... Okay, he had DNF.
Oh, Ashok pits.
That's going to put him right at the back of the grid.
That was a bit of an odd decision by him to stay out that extra lap behind the safety car. He had the... I'm not really sure, but yeah, he's going on to the mediums as well, so I don't think people are trusting the softs. They really can. They can trust the softs here. Softs have some really good tire life. So I think, yeah, it's now nothing else can be done.
Ashok came storming out in front of Deadly Mosquito there.
Up ahead, just to mention, we have Vintage Player on the soft tires in P2 and Sim Racing in P1 in the lead, but he's on the medium tires. So at least initially, Vintage Player is going to have the advantage on paper. So the restart is going to be key. I think the safety car is going to be in this lap. The field has all caught up to... The field has caught up, so it's going to be interesting how Vintage tackles the restart. Last weekend, as we saw in Monza, he has the pace.
Yep, the safety car should be in this lap now.
Sid Venkatesh back into this race in P3. Dal Makhani making those hard tires work and switching onto the mediums now. And he is in P4. Captain Sandhu, after that spin about 3-4 laps ago, he is in P5.
Yeah, but you got to note, Chips, that Sim Racing had a very, very big advantage in terms of race pace on the same compound. So that might get neutralized now, but I mean, I don't see Vintage really having the edge over him. It might be that they might just have the same race pace over a certain number of laps, and then when the softs start dropping off, Sim will start his usual antics and just pull off again.
Possibly, yeah, but I think Vintage is good at restarts, so he will be monitoring Sim Racing's every tactic here. And I believe Sim Racing is going to go just after the final corner. Is he? Yeah, he is. And Vintage Player does judge that quite well because he is not fallen back. He is right behind the Sim Racing. And yeah, further behind, Sid Venkatesh has fallen back a bit. And yeah, Vintage Player on those soft tires. Look at the extra grip which he has as compared to Sim Racing. The soft runners are really going to have a big advantage over here. And Deadly Mosquito gets a 3-second penalty. But yeah, Vintage Player is quite close. He's fallen a bit further back, but I think it's gonna be... It's too close to call now. Ahif gets past Abhi, our pole sitter, who's now in P13. He suffered a disconnection and yeah, he's now charging.
Meanwhile, Smith is really hounding Captain Sandhu as well.
Yeah, and Dal Makhani. Look at Dal Makhani and Sid Venkatesh, and look at Captain Sandhu and Dal Makhani. It's just an ongoing tussle between all of them. And Captain Sandhu, he decides to send one down the inside, but he has to back off. Dal Makhani also has to take evasive action. This is going to give Smith all the reason to make an overtake, but he doesn't get a very good run out of that corner. Something happened to Hershey. He's fallen back a few places. Vintage player. What's happened to Vintage?
Wow.
I didn't follow that. Wow.
He's probably had a spin. Does he go into the pit?
Hershey and not really sure what's happened to Vintage there, but yeah, no, he's carrying on. So either it was a mistake or it was contact with Sim Racing. But yeah, Vintage down in P11. He was P2 a few seconds ago. So Sid Venkatesh is in P2. Dal Makhani behind him. Dal Makhani, Smith Shah, Captain Sandhu, and Sid Kulkarni are all hounding him down.
Dal Makhani gets a 3-second time penalty now.
Kalyan Verma also gets a penalty. So Sid Kulkarni is the only one. Sid Kulkarni and Sid Venkatesh are the only ones here to not have a penalty. Even Wicket Vicky. So it's battle for P2 goes all the way down to P7. That is quite crazy. Look at how close Smith and Dal Makhani are to Sid. I believe Sid is going to be under some real pressure here. He gets a decent exit, but I think that Smith doesn't get the best of exits out of that corner. Captain Sandhu is going to be hounding him. But yeah, I don't think Dal Makhani is close enough to make a move. He's losing time, I think. Or I don't really know.
Meanwhile, look at Smith. He is right at the back of that Red Bull.
Gets a penalty. Wicket Vicky is, I think, going to make a move on Sim Racing. Gets the fastest lap.
And Smith goes down the inside of turn 1 and he makes it through Dal Makhani. He's up to P3.
That was a good move by him. And Smith is now going to be a real threat to Sid Venkatesh. But they are both Haas teammates. Are they in the same party chat? Is Sid going to be asked to let Smith by? I think so. Yes, but logical for.
Are we going to get a UR on different strategies? Don't hold him up.
No fighting.
No fighting. And would Sid, being the veteran he is, like Kimi, you think he's going to go on the radio be like, please tell me directly, do I let him through?
Possibly, but yeah, Smith is struggling with his exits out of the hairpin, which is going to give reason for Dal Makhani to hound him. But Smith is staying decently composed there, and everyone's getting through cleanly. What are the Haas boys going to do? Are they going to swap? Not on this lap, they're not. Captain Sandhu with the medium tires gets the fastest lap, a 1:11.7. So it is really, really close. Wicket Vicky goes a bit deep. Sid Kulkarni goes a bit deep. Wicket Vicky was looking to make a move. Yeah, it's a bit close to call between all of them. Dal Makhani is following Smith Shah. Smith Shah not really getting the best of exits out of these corners. He is struggling, which is going to give reason for Dal Makhani has a bit of a moment there, but he keeps it under control. Ashok Anand gets a penalty. I believe Vintage also got a penalty just a few seconds ago. But yeah, Smith is falling back. I think he's going to ask Sid to keep giving him DRS because Smith is not really getting the best of corner exits. As I say that, he gets a good corner exit, so Ace gets a penalty. Just to mention, up ahead, Sim Racing is clear by 4.5 seconds, so there's pretty much no catching him. There's about 8 laps left, so let's see what happens. Vintage player gets past Kalyan Verma.
Meanwhile, Smith, will he go on a move on Sid this lap? Yes, he does go down the inside. Sid didn't fight that too much, so I feel like he knew that was coming.
Yeah, I think that was sensible by the Haas boys, just switch positions. But now Sid Venkatesh has to hold up Dal Makhani. Dal Makhani is quite fast, but Dal Makhani also has a penalty. Behind him, Captain Sandhu has fallen a bit further back. Sid Kulkarni is looking to make a move, and he does make a move, and they make contact. But Sid Kulkarni barges his way past, and Captain Sandhu, does he have damage on his front end plate?
No, I think he just had a moment coming out of.
That was quite. That was an aggressive move, but a very good move by Sid.
Wicket Vicky has a move then.
Yeah, Wicket Vicky is sizing up a move. Ahif gets a penalty. And Sid Venkatesh goes very wide into that corner. Dal Makhni has to take some evasive action, and Sid Kulkarni has to defend from Captain Sandhu. Captain Sandhu is very close with the help of DRS. He breezes past. It's not even a competition. Sid Kulkarni
Wow,
has
and Smith
nothing to
Shah just
defend.
gives up that position for Sid Venkatesh. Well, Dal Makhani is going to be really chasing him down. And
And Dal
Smith
Makhani
Shah
could be
doesn't
naked
have.
here. And Wicket Vicky is out. Wicket Vicky is retired from the session. Is that going to be a safety car? It is a safety car. Okay, that is a safety car. That is, wow. Is anyone gonna pit? Are we gonna see a few of the cars behind?
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
this is
Ace.
going to be very very interesting.
And yeah, Ashok has retired. What happened there? Did he retire in the pits? I think he did. Yeah, so we have Ace, Deadly Mosquito, Manan, all pitting for the soft tire. Abhi has stayed out. But yeah, crucial here to see will be what Sim Racing, Sid, Smith, Dal Makhani and Captain Sandhu decide to do. Also Sid Kulkarni. But yeah, this is gonna be quite close to call. Do you think Sim Racing is gonna take the chance and pit?
I don't think so. I think track position on 7 lap old mediums is the way to go right now. Let's
Yeah,
see.
because he's gonna have it's gonna be like a 3-4 lap sprint, but do note that he's gonna be on I think about 10 lap old mediums. So what's he choose to do? He
He
chooses to
stays
stay
out.
out
Sid
wisely.
Venkatesh
Sid Venkatesh
goes into the
comes in.
pits. What does
So
Smith Shah do? Smith Shah also
Misha
comes in.
also.
Oh,
That's a
vintage
very
Dal Makhani
odd call.
stays out. Captain Sandhu stays out. Sid Kulkarni stays out.
Both Haas cars pitted on the same lap again. Smith is gonna have to double stack, so that is not really clever calls by them, or the Haas team at least. If I believe it was strategy that got them both in, but yeah, vintage player Ahif. Ahif is now slightly looking back in the race. He's gonna have something to contend.
I
Play
think
with.
Sid Venkatesh should have kept the track position there.
Yeah, and if they had to come in, it should have been split strategy. It shouldn't have been both of them coming in on the same lap.
I mean, they
Dal
have come
Makhani.
out behind each other. It's not a big difference, but yeah, I do get your point.
Yeah, but I don't really see how it's gonna work out for them from here. It's gonna be like a 3 lap, 4 lap sprint to the end. So it's gonna be pedal to the metal. Everyone's gonna be gunning for it. Thakurva has the oldest tires of anyone on the grid right now. He is on 13 lap old mediums, and we have very few people. We have just 4 people: Sid Venkatesh, Smith, Shah, Harshi, and Kalyan Verma, who decided to pit for fresh soft tires.
No, even
So
Deadly Mosquito, Manan, and Ace, they're also on fresh tires. They've also
yeah,
put under
they're
the
on
safety
fresh
car.
tires. Yeah, I think they pitted just a lap earlier, so they got the advantage there. So yeah, the bottom 7, I believe, is it the bottom 7? Yeah, the bottom 7 are on absolutely fresh tires, while the top 8 are on slightly worn tires. Wouldn't call them badly worn tires because they're just 9 laps old, and in Canada, tire wear is not really much of a concern. So the first course of action for all those from P9 to P15 is going to be getting past Abhi, who is their first barrier. But yeah, do you think Dal Makhani has what it takes to challenge sim racing?
Well, we've had Sid Venkatesh, we have vintage player, we've had Ahif, all trying to challenge him, but nobody's really succeeded. So let's see if Dal Makhani can do it now.
Just just wanted to put this out there. Dal Makhani has gained 14 places. He started P16 and he is now P2. He's made up the most positions out of anyone on the grid right now. So I think he has some pace in him. So let's just see if it's enough to challenge sim racing. Sim racing has, I think, sim racing has decided to pounce just after the final chicane on every single safety car restarts. So is he going to do the same, or is he going to catch them out by surprise?
Let's see. I mean, if I were him, I would catch someone out by surprise because you don't do the same safety car restart over and
Exactly.
over again.
it makes no point, no sense to do that. But yeah, Captain Sandhu and Sid Kulkarni. Thakurba, let's see what he's able to do. Vintage player back into the race after having that spin, or not really sure what happened to him there. But yeah, he is also looking to get his own back. And yeah, sim racing, what's he gonna do? He is using the usual strategy. Is he gonna pounce? Oh, he goes early. And Dal Makhani gets a good restart. Captain Sandhu has fallen way back. And Sid Kulkarni is hounding him. And it's very close, but I don't think anyone's gonna make any aggressive moves into turn 1 or 2. Yeah, it all seems to be going away smoothly. And Smith and Sid are very close. They almost make contact. But yeah, Abhi and Sid Venkatesh make contact, I believe. And that is Abhi got overtaken by 2 Haas cars before approaching turn 3. So that was very odd. But yeah, Abhi has lost 2 places even before Sector 1 ended. And he is...
Yeah, Sid Venkatesh will really want to get the move on here and catch up to Ahif.
Does Sid have damage? He made some contact with Abhi's rear end.
So doesn't look like he is closing down on...
We have a spinner, I believe it's Hershey. Yeah, Hershey has gone round and round. So, Manan and Ace are side by side. And... Nah, Manan backs out. Dal Makhani, meanwhile, for the lead, he is giving sim racing a hard time. So, provided DRS is enabled, Dal Makhani is going to be in with a real shot here. He's not falling back. He is staying with Ahif and Vintage exchange places. They're side by side, and Vintage has to settle for P7. But Ahif goes very deep, and Vintage is side by side as they approach turn 3. But yeah, Ahif gets a better run and is ahead. So yeah, Dal Makhani, what do you think?
Yeah, he's turned out to be the one who probably can take it to sim racing here.
Yeah, he is, because he is quite close, and he seems to be getting good corner exits. So I don't think DRS is enabled to slap, is it? I don't think it is. DRS is not enabled to slap.
Nope.
But yeah, nonetheless, Dal Makhani is very close. What happened to Sid Kulkarni? Sid Kulkarni has had a moment there. I believe he spun on those old medium tires, and he is now down in P9.
Look at Dal Makhani. He's right at the back of sim racing here. He'll get a better drive out there.
Here. And he gets a very good drive, so provided he uses some good battery, and he is looking to make a move down the inside. DRS is enabled, and he decides to back off. So, was it the right call? There's just 2 laps left. This is the penultimate lap. So, he needs to stick with sim racing, and sim racing is not going to want to budge from that P1. And yeah, with the help of DRS, Dal Makhani could... Oh, he has a bit of a movement, Dal Makhani, but with DRS it should be hopefully nullified for him. Yeah, look how close he is getting. Is it going to be like Alonso and Hamilton 2013? No, it's not. Sim Racing decides to hold track position. So Dal Makhani is going to get a very good run down this back straight. And Dal Makhani has to lift up the throttle. I believe Sim Racing is trying to slow him down. But yeah.
You get the good exit here.
Yeah, we have a bit of action further back. But let's just focus on the lead right now. And Dal Makhani, with the help of DRS, slipstream, and possibly battery as well, is looking to make a move. No, he's not. He decides to hold back. And Sim Racing does not get the best of runs out of that corner. But yeah, I believe Dal Makhani is looking to make a move here. Is the final lap, and they're side by side.
Oh, and he spun around.
And that is so unfortunate for Dal Makhani, who was so close to Sim Racing. That is very, very unfortunate. But yeah, Sim Racing in the lead. Wow, that is anticlimactic. But yeah, Dal Makhani, very, very unfortunate for him being spun around at turn 1. Was there enough space there? I think that's up to the stewards to decide. Thakurva is...
Meanwhile, look at who's P3 right now after all the trouble he's been through.
Unfortunately for him, he has a penalty to contend with, so probably his teammate is going to be getting the podium in the end. But yeah, Dal Makhani is not giving up. Dal Makhani gets another penalty. He is very close to Thakurva. Look how close he is. And Sid Venkatesh. Oh, Dal Makhani has a bit of a moment there. Was he tagged from the back or did he
I have
just...
no idea what's happening over here.
But yeah, he moves aside. I don't know why he's done that. Is he out of fuel or something? But yeah, the race has ended with Sim Racing out of fuel. Captain Sandhu, Captain Sandhu takes the win. Sim Racing is. I don't know,
no!
Fuel or what's happened here? I don't know. He's driving really slowly.
He does have a lot of fuel on board as far as what I can see, but I don't know what is happening.
Yeah,
Okay, I think he is a reserve driver, which is. He is a reserve driver, which is I feel he's giving up those positions. But I mean, fair play to him.
Wow.
But wow,
Fair play to him. Yeah, exactly. Thakurva has.
Wow, that ended very differently.
Yeah, that is nothing compared to what we thought it would be at the start of the last lap. But yeah, Thakurva has taken the win, followed by Captain Sandhu, Sid Kulkarni, Sid Venkatesh. He has made that soft gamble pay off. He is P4, and as we wait for the finishing order to show up, but yeah, Dal Makhani gets driver of the day. He did make up the most places, I believe, out of anyone on the grid. So,
yep.
Well done by him. But yeah, Thakurva, did he think he would win this race at the last safety car restart?
That was something different.
Expect the unexpected. So, wow, that is a surprise. And as we wait for the list, but in the end, 35 laps later, Thakurva takes the win, followed by Captain Sandhu. Sid Kulkarni is P3, Sid Venkatesh making that soft tire gamble work and finishing P4. Vintage player, after that disappointment of the spin, he is P5. Dal Makhani, after disappointment on the last lap where he was spun around, he finishes P6. Ahif finishes in P7 after his disconnection. Smith Shah is in P8. Ace is P9. Sim Racing Simp is P10. And Ami is in P11. Harshi is P12. Kalyan Verma is P13. Delhi Mosquito P14. Manan P15, he's the last of our finishers, and those who didn't finish the race are Wicked Vicky, Ashok Anand, Oxidize, and Anton Hypers. But yeah, nonetheless, that was an eventful race to say the least.
Yep, definitely.
And just as a note, Captain Sandhu got the fastest lap with a 1:11.783. So, decent effort by him.
Yeah.
We have everyone.
Yeah, special mention to Sim Racing. That was actually quite fair on his part. He was a reserve driver. He had the pace. Nobody could really catch him apart from a moment he had with Dal Makhani there. But strong race from him, made the restarts count, and yeah, gave up all those positions at the end of the day.
Certainly. So yeah, Sim Racing, props to him. He played it fair.
But so we have on party now Sid Kulkarni and Thakurva. I've invited Captain Sandhu. I don't know why he's not joined. Meanwhile, if Chips, you can take us away with Sid Kulkarni.
Alright, so Sid, you had an eventful race, P3 in the end, benefiting from all those people ahead of you who had penalties. You made it, you kept it clean, and you had a good podium finish. Just walk us through your race.
Oh, frankly, everything today didn't go as I planned earlier. So, not a good setup. Didn't do good for me. The race was not so good. I mean, I did a lot of mistakes. I spun also once. So, yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I wasn't expecting podium. I mean, yeah. At the end, I just wanted to keep on track and not get any penalties. I think that only benefited me. But HP alert.
Yeah, so having no penalties did eventually get you the podium. So well done to you, and you had some decent pace, so you can be proud of that. In the end, you did make it work. So congratulations to you. We don't have Captain Sandhu with us, so should we move on to Thakurva?
Yeah, going to Thakurva. Thakurva qualifying P8 on the grid. I believe you were not in the podium positions even before on the last safety car restart. How does it feel to have won the race?
I mean, honestly, I can really thank God for this, but I don't know what was happening today. I was having a huge issue with the game. Like, even the qualifying, you actually have it on screen as well. Up 8 tenths up almost. And that lap, I got ruined by someone, but it's okay. I was still 4 tenths up when I crossed the line. And there was no improvement on my lap. And that happened again. And then after that, my last final lap, I crashed out. So, yeah, I mean, very uneventful qualifying. But honestly, like, I don't know what to say. I have no words for this one. This was really good
Yeah,
because I was unlucky for the most part, but lucky when it mattered. So,
you probably have to thank the gods and also thank Sim Racing, who very kindly gave up all those positions in the end.
yep, for sure. Yeah, really good pace by him today, for sure. Uncontended.
Yep,
But yeah,
your
you
teammate
kept.
had a sort of a bad race where he disconnected from the session as well. But otherwise, a strong race from you, Thakurva. All the best for the remaining races.
Yep, thank you so much for that. Ferrari power unit issue for IF. We're still working on that reliability, but we'll be back next weekend. Don't worry.
Yes.
Yep, I hope you don't shift your focus to the next year's car already, though.
Oh god, that's it.
So, Chips,
So
anything
I.
to add?
Yeah, just good race by you. Thakur, can you just walk us through what happened mid race? Because you were the one on the oldest tires at the restart. And what had
Right.
happened to you over there? Just
So the thing is,
give us a
Ashok
brief
Anand
intro of what happened.
overtook me under safety car, and I don't know what this guy. I mean, even Monza he overtook me under safety car, and then he brake checked me, so I had damage mid race. So then I had to go and get obviously like I had the fresh mediums at one point. So then I was like, okay, like I have to like stick it out. There's no other option because being on the softs, and I know so after safety car there's no DRS, so I just had to stick it out and kind of limit the damage that I could. And somewhere the penalties obviously gave me the advantage, and yeah, that's the conclusion. But,
Yeah, you kept it clean nonetheless. And yeah, we did catch your him overtaking you under safety car. So,
yeah, second
anyways,
time.
well done.
Well,
Congratulations on the win.
thank you so
And
much for that.
yes, and I believe that's it. Captain Sandhu is not going to join us today, I think. So,
Yep, and
that's
that is all from the Canadian Grand Prix for Division 2 Indian Racing League. We'll see you folks tomorrow while Chips and I won't be that friendly on track. And yep, see you tomorrow, boys. Good night.
good night.